Hello everybody on YouTube and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 17 Quarterfinals. Last time, Princess spoiled Game 1 for another series for me. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Bladefury Burgers, the Wizard team, taking on Riley's Bristleback Ribs, the Space Cowboy team who did take the Duke in Game 1. With me here, as always, is the Dr. Dota Randy.
Well, it looks like Blackout won game one. No, I'm just kidding. The game's not over.
And, Princess.
I know who's gonna win this game. Do you want me to spoil it too?
Okay. Go ahead. Who's gonna win?
Alright. So, it's one of the teams in this game is
Wow!
going to...
Okay.
I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. Team that has the better draft is gonna win this game.
Probably. It seemed very decisive last time. Well, no, it didn't seem that decisive last time, did it? But, you know, it is LD2L, so we have to have at least one series where somebody does something just unforgivable in their draft, like first pick Viper.
I hope those guys lose.
They
hate
probably
Viper
will
pickers.
lose. You can't pick Viper first phase. He's way too binary for that.
Oh, it means we're getting a game 3. Hell yeah.
It's true.
They didn't ban any of the Viper counters either, though.
No. They didn't ban a single one out. That's not a Viper counter, though, so... He's at least going to live for one more round. They get 2 bans, which is not nearly the amount of heroes in the game that can make Viper useless, but they do get 2 bans to protect it a little bit at least.
10 seconds remaining.
Here's how you get rid of Viper. You ready?
Alright.
Silences, breaks, or guys with a lot of fizz damage, especially early in the game.
I
Phantom Lancer.
also have heard that you can't be indecisive. If you go on him, you have to go on him, or if you're running away, you have to run away. You can't do one or the other.
Also true.
If he clicks you 3 times and you decide that you wanna go in, and it's already over. If he clicks you 3 times, you decide now you wanna run away, and it's already over. He's gotta commit.
On one hand, that's also true. On the other hand, I mean, okay, so they did ban one of the worst matchups for the Viper in the form of the Spirit Breaker. So there's that at least. And the Primal Beast is pretty bad for him to deal with as well. No, the Primal's fine, actually. I would let the Primal... I would be okay facing the Primal with the Viper, I think.
It looks dangerous for a PL game from Lambert. I think that might be materializing.
Yeah, they not
Who's
only...
the Viper picker on the Space Cowboy team. Is it
I
the offlaner or is
assume
it
that's
Venus?
going to be Venus. But, the big thing, it might be Dij as well. It might be Phoenix on the P3. One of the big things there as well is speaking of making this looking like a dangerous PL game is that they've also banned out some of the natural PL counters. Most notably, they got rid of the Pit Lord. Very short order. Pit Lord being, even now, by far and away, the best way to just get rid of a PL. Answers that hero so dramatically. Ags, no Ags, doesn't really matter. Still kind of sucks.
Revenge for themselves.
Yep, taking it for themselves this time. One of the annoying things for Viper to face, it's not a death sentence in and of itself, but, you know, Viper, you know, he's fake tanky. Even though he's an agi hero, he doesn't really have a lot of armor. Vengeful Spirit breathes on him, breaks what little armor he does have, and, like, you sneeze on the guy and he explodes. Of course, still need a source of physical damage to make that work out. Especially nice if it's a source of physical damage that we'll be seeing Viper relatively early in the game, so physical damage on a 3 or a 2. But, nice source of physical damage would be very good. Poor Hulk was cheering for the Wizard team in the last round. Got to see him
Whoever
lose.
Hulk chooses gets eliminated from playoffs, is what I'm hearing.
True. Winter Wyvern coming up. Interesting pick.
Oh, they snapped too. Ooh, I think that's a mid Zeus.
Could be. Either that or Space Cowboy is very inspired by Coppless's Pause for Zeus meme.
Oh no.
10 seconds remaining.
This is
5 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer Gaming.
The Wyvern is pretty nasty for him, but everything else, yeah.
Unless you get cursed, it's like whatever. Honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, what else is he gonna curse, right? Like if you get PL, the
You're
curse
gonna
just
find the right
dies.
one.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
pretty
if-
easy to
if
find the
you-
right
if
one. You
you
just
find-
throw a split. You just throw a splinter shot into
I
it.
guess that's true. Yeah. If you find the right one, then sure.
I don't know.
But
if
he can
you-
dodge that spell.
I feel like it's kind of hard though into these heroes. They have a lot of magic damage.
Maybe.
I
I mean,
think
Zeus
Lambert
makes
might
it a
pick
little.
Lambert might pick the AM for himself.
Sand King coming out here.
Going into it, yeah.
Sand King, a very nice pickup for at least 2/3 of these guys. He's not very good in a Viper, but he should own the Winter Wyvern and Zeus at the very least.
10
And if
seconds
Viper is the
remaining.
only guy alive at the end of the fight, very rarely is a situation where he turns that
5
around.
seconds remaining.
Kind of needs friends.
Dire team pick.
Wind Ranger.
Into
At your
the
service.
interesting.
I think. Well, the heroes on that team on the Dire's draft right now are so slow, and Windrunner it just like can run away. Like they can't
Yeah, the
like,
down-
ever really commit.
The downside
Just
is that
run away
with the Zeus,
Remaining.
it's kind of looking like all Windrunner's got right now is running away. You know, you stay in a fight and you're just gonna take a trillion magic damage in 3 seconds, and that's gonna be it for Windrunner. It's gonna have
She
like
is
not a
pretty
game
good
before BKB.
against all these heroes though.
As
She
individuals,
kills
but I
really
feel
easy,
like-
she kills the Viper.
As a lineup, it's a little scary. Like if you go on the Zeus and Viper is right there, and he just gets you with the Viper strike, that's like half your health already gone. Before anything else even happens. And of course, can't do anything to anybody who's in the Winter Wyvern Popsicle. Except Power Shot, which is okay for a while, but only a while.
Wonder what they go on Dire.
Like that's the real
need
ungodly situation.
They need something to start a fight. Because right now they just sit and receive.
They're just strictly counter initiation at this point, basically. And you have pretty decent counter initiate at the very least, assuming that the Zeus and the Wyvern don't die in 2 seconds in every fight, which does look a little likely.
Yeah, I mean, also all these guys are pretty swishy. Like even the Viper will die to an epicenter or a focus fire.
I don't think he'll die to an epicenter, but he'll definitely die to the focus fire. Yeah.
Dire team back.
TikTok.
Faceless.
Faceless Void. That's another swishy hero. All right.
I think it's a kind of hard faceless Void game in the Warlock bench.
Yeah.
Windrunner
You
as
have
well.
to
dude.
chrono. You have to get like 3 main chronos, or else you're not gonna do anything.
It's really sad if you get Windrunner after she's already started windrunning.
I hate this Faceless Void game, but we'll see.
Yeah, you don't even have a pause one matchup for it yet. It's a little scary looking.
Team back.
It might be possible to win.
Might be. But I kind of hate this equally much as a pause one Windrunner game, so you know. Quick, everybody
Right.
discuss the draft for like a minute and a half. While I
it's
silently judge you.
Team back.
Pretty thick if you're Lambert here. It removes Faceless Void from the game even more. And also removes Zeus from the
Dire
game.
team back.
Denver Concommands.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, I would
5
ban. I
seconds
would
remaining.
ban Spec if I was them too. Although you do have a Viper, but I don't think Spec
Dire
will
team pick.
catch up.
Spend.
Axe.
Spec is banned.
Oh, Spec is banned.
Oh,
Oh, they banned it first phase. Dang, that's a weird first phase ban.
Oh, and they get less picks. They can pick Lambert like a super favorable hero if they want.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Hawk. So it is a support Zeus.
Yeah, it is. Oh my. Or yeah, it has to be. Viper offlane.
10
Very
seconds
cool.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I didn't say that on the actual stream. Okay, Randy, let's pretend it's you. What are you picking?
Nog Siren, but I don't think he'll pick that.
What does Ice play?
Are we assuming it's actually a
So,
puzzle
I
event?
I think
or what?
I think it's Wind Ranger carry, personally.
Maybe.
I think it lane's good against the Viper. I think it's pretty good this game. I think you think you just pick a mid hero that lanes against Puck and then kills people.
I'm very scared of the scaling. I definitely feel like once you get to like 40 minutes, Faceless Void just kills that in a chrono every time.
I mean, you have Swap Rock though. I don't think he's afraid.
Yeah, swap, but you can, you know, at that point, it's going to be like, you can definitely just hold chrono until you're secure that swap isn't going to happen.
I guess that's kind of a sad situation for Faceless to be in.
I don't think it's that sad. I think you can clear that guy pretty
Drow
quickly.
Ranger.
Drow
Oh.
Ranger.
Your heroes.
I don't know how much I like that. It's great into the Viper.
I don't know. It's got cat ears.
Oh god, don't say
It
that.
does.
The Drow's great into the Viper. Completely annihilates that guy. That's the good news. Gust is going to be really annoying for all these guys, and it's going to be another person you just have to chrono, right? Like, if you chrono and you don't get both the Drow and the Windrunner, then the other one is just going to kill your team while they're in jail, right? The bad news is I don't really like it into Puck. I feel like it dies every chrono if it doesn't get swapped out. I feel like Zeus does a lot of damage to it if he's not...
They have a lot of spells for that.
I think they really, for the most part, for practical purposes, I think they pretty much just got the Venge swap. I think that's the only one that's going to be really reliable at doing that. Yeah, the other ones you can throw in. The other ones, they are going to happen once in a while, but I think in practice, for the most part, it's just going to be the VS swap. And you got things to make that funny as well. Like, you could just, you know,
It'd
Puck
be hard to
silence.
grow this team, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, it's going to
So
need
when
some
you
setup, but I don't think it's impossible.
Sand King is the only frontliner. Like, this hero's the only one that's gonna be like at your team. So unless everybody else is standing around in the backline like idiots, like I don't think they get chronoed. Like they should be spread out. But we'll see if that happens.
I mean, if they
Also
don't
think
get
we need
chrono,
to
then
point
it's
out
good
that I
block.
think Ice has a very ugly Wind Ranger set. I gotta be that guy. I gotta say it. Everyone's thinking it.
Damn, and that's the top Windrunner simp in the world
Prepare
saying that.
for battle.
Well,
Oh, he
maybe not
changed
the
it.
top.
He changed it. He knew.
Warlock looks like a tower. What the hell is that set?
Warlock.
They're
Power.
gonna say Warlock looks like a towel. I can question what
He
that meant.
looks like a dire tower. Look at him.
He is a dire tower.
What the hell is that set?
It's the disguise.
It's true. Nobody will ever recognize that it's him. They're gonna think
It's
it's
like a-
Dynasty 1.
It's like a stealth segment in a 2010s open world game. That's what his outfit would be. Warlock's gonna stealth kill the Viper.
Either way,
Last game,
30
when both teams
seconds
did the
to
same
battle.
exact standoff.
Yeah, classic.
the I don't really like the Drow as a result. It's not like awful, but I do feel like it's a squishy hero against a lot of high alpha damage, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. And as a pause one, when you really don't have anybody who's gonna like help fix that for you, like you're not gonna buy an aura item on Sand King in the year of our Lord 2024. You know what I mean? squishy puzzle, and then you got a pretty squishy P2 as well. Really a squishy B3. Everybody in this whole game actually is squishy. It is like the least HP lineup ever. But
Yeah, aside from like Void, who has more effective HP, Wind, who has effective HP unless somebody hits an MKB. Like Wyvern gives people effective HP. That's about it.
yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of like it's going to be a very like both teams are going to have to be playing their best game today because it's like I feel like you make one little mistake in like the middle of a team fight in these games and you just die like instantly. Like if you're Drow and you're out of position for 1 second in a fight, you explode. If you're Faceless Void, you're out of position for 1 second, you just explode. If you're Puck, you're out of position for 1 second, you just explode. You're Windrunner, you're out of position for 1 second. You know, I could go on, right? Like, it'll definitely be interesting to see if nothing else. Both teams running, I think, fairly high risk lineups here.
Some wave shenanigans going in on bottom.
Yeah, Space Cowboy is just doing weird stuff with the wave. Dang, Drow's gonna miss the range creep there, sad.
This is the worst case scenario of all time.
At the very least, I guess I would favor, with all that being said, I guess I would still favor the Radiant. If nothing else, just because Viper is like super not a hero this game, he has nothing to do but die, and there's nobody on the Radiant who's in that boat. Certainly nobody on the core trio. Like, this is a dreadful Viper game in like every possible way. Except for like tank and sanking spells, that's it.
Classic first pick Viper and then not landing Wind or Drow. Like the two heroes that really suck for the hero.
Yeah, like the Drow in particular is really horrific. Just counters this guy, just completely annihilates him. Like super late into the game when he gets his Ags, you know, you at least got that, but that's a long time from now, you know. At least he can drop his W on the Drow shard thing. There's that. That's funny to do. What do you make of this Puck and Windrunner mid lane? Who do you think is favored to win this in the long term? Ice is currently on top.
I think they both just farm until one of them gets 6, and then whoever. I think if Wind has Javelin, like power charge Javelin, you can kill Puck. But I think if Puck is like working you down and you're not like full health, you're like 3/4 health, and he gets coiled before you have like year 6, I think Puck can kill you. So I think it's just gonna be they're both gonna farm until 6, and they're both gonna try to make a play. Or the power runes, the 6-minute power rune, like really turn this lane.
Oof. Viper there just had to TP home. He barely made it out. Did keep the Lotus. The good news is that he avoided an untimely death there. The bad news is that now he has to trudge his slow flying ass all the way back down here to bot, and is probably going to miss. Yeah, he's going to be down like nearly 2 levels compared to the Drow range as a result.
Yeah, he's like the slowest hero in the game, and he's got to walk all the way back to lane. Is very
Slightly
bad,
unfortunate.
man. Especially because the wave's about to rebound too, because they just pushed it under tower. This is like very sad shit for Viper.
Yeah, the more of an XP differential there is, the worse things get for Viper. Like, if he's not at least keeping up with the Drow Ranger, then it really is just going to be like, the second she gets Gus, this guy is just a big, you know, target dummy. He's the little Tide Hunter thing from the demo hero at that point. Dropping pain on Wizard said. I will say this Warlock thing definitely had to take a little bit of wind out of this support Zeus's sails. He's really not going to be able to do much of anything in this lane, unfortunately for him. Especially considering his carry is like the core in this lane is not poised to do very well. So you remember that thing about Puck and Windrunner at 6?
Melee hero.
Remember the Puck and Windrunner at mid rather.
Oh, is it about to happen?
No, I'm just pointing out that right now the Windrunner has nearly double Puck's last hits. And
Skill
over
issue.
10 more denies.
Again, that's the doubling Venus's left hits again.
Yeah, the difference is that this time, instead of being on a crappy hero who's not going to influence the outcome of the game, he's like on a really good hero that's going to be a very big factor of how this plays out, so that's a lot more scary this time, to be frank. You know, last game I was saying, and I think it did come a little bit true, even if the gameplay itself had a lot more to do with it. You know, it is sad to see that the core doing the best in lane is the one who's going to have the least effect on the game, but this time it's like, the core who has the most effect on this game is the one that's balling in lane. The good news is for Inno, at the very least, he's balling too. Only has one less, now a couple less last hits than the Windrunner. Has only a couple less denies, and the Sand King is just not really having much of a lane up here.
Wind gets a haste rune. Somebody's gonna die here.
They're looking to Void. Ramanolo is warning of impending vision, though, so...
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, they
is
have a
under
ward
attack.
mid. They saw him pick up the rune. Puck is gonna follow with coil.
It's super interesting, actually. It might be a 3v3 up here.
Faceless Void is just gonna get out. It's
Hello?
actually gonna be more than a 3v3 because
no.
the Wizard's also here.
You
Only
know,
matters.
dead?
Yep.
Coil!
Oh my god, the
Those
Coil
first
actually got the first blood!
Oh, man. Okay.
Coil got a
Kinda
double kill there.
A little lateral, because they lost the Void at a pretty bad time to lose him. But
It was first blood though.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
first blood on the Puck rather than on the Windrunner, and then they got the Windrunner too. So it definitely is a worthwhile trade, even if Void's suffering a bit for it.
yeah, Void can flash farm, so. It's not the quickest flash farmer in the game, but.
He is one of the flash farmers in the game.
One of the Dota heroes of all time.
Sand King's got himself a pair of arcs now. Going straight in for the Blank Dagger. No big surprises here.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
Lambert.
Lambert in danger. Getting spit on.
Not in that much danger.
Now Wizard is in danger.
He doesn't have his W? Okay, never mind. You remember that thing I said about the wind and the sails of the Zeus here? Just take that one from the record, I guess. Space Cowboy takes out the Warlock and then immediately delivers the gold he just got to the Drow Ranger, who walks away with a little bit more.
It's just
Hey.
Wizard dying to create a kill for his carry.
Yep.
Pretty good.
More of a higher value.
Yep.
Gives him a little more XP, so he gets more XP and a little bit more gold.
Poor Ice
That's
just
super
watches
big
that
brain
rune
from
get
Wizard.
denied.
Alright, if Ice doesn't max Windrun now, it's gonna be very sad.
He's gonna have to max power shot, or else he's gonna miss kills due to the Wyvern heal.
I don't think so. You get 3 points in it.
We'll see what happens. It is unfortunate. Like I think you would rather not have to get the 4th point in power shot, but I think you kind of have to here. Who knows if that's
I
what
mean,
he's
it's
going to
about
do.
400 damage, it's like 370, so it's not terrible.
I think the Windrun duration's just way better.
Yeah, I think
Curry Spice lodging a protest
the-
there.
You get extra
the
stuff
Wyvern thing is kind of like
Uh-oh.
a
Well,
problem.
something you gotta consider.
Okay.
If you take too long to get kills. Okay.
Wizard's dead.
Venus? Barely getting away. Where's my carry?
I think, dude, Lambert TP'd. I think he could have definitely could have turned that. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh, hit the power shot from hell. Power shot from hell.
Get him, get him, get him.
He chose not to jump to it.
no.
Baited him. Venus baited him. Oh, what a player.
Found a stack though.
Now, though.
Space Cowboy comes to try and contest this and loses half of his HP to one power shot, and so he gets one of the satyrs with this W though. That's funny. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Lambert definitely. Puck dies, like, for sure if Lambert stays in fights. That's rather unfortunate. Take a look at the net worth chart here. No great surprises. Well, I guess there is one decent surprise. Void is in second place on the net worth chart. He is pretty soundly won his lane up here. Puck in third place, only a little bit behind the Windrunner as well.
Oh, he's gonna come chrono mid. Except for he has the longest TP of his life.
Oh my god, nice. Tick-tock, and he's gone. Wizard TP's into the chrono!
Casual chrono ever dropped. Thinking, my friend, long TP. Unfortunate. Get it out. Said.
No, can't decide who he wants. Gets neither. Okay, VS is here though.
Yeah. This guy is dead.
Nope.
Time walk.
Didn't use the ult on it.
Away.
So Radiant team is just getting pretty clowned at this point. I can't even believe that.
It's looking rough. But they do have a win. It's like their hope right now in order to delay the game for Lambert to get formed enough to contest.
Yeah. It definitely,
So it's like,
it does kind of feel like even though the Dire is at a draft deficit, it feels like they've won early enough to the point where it might not matter. They might be able to just deathball around 5 before any of the fizz damage you guys are scary enough. You know, one thing I was talking about earlier is like, you know, there is still a lot of very high alpha magic damage coming out of the Dire team. You know, you look at the Zeus, you look at the Puck, right? The, you know, every second that somebody gets to live longer in that cold embrace is like a disaster for Windrunner, because every second she has to spend longer in a fight is another second where her HP bar is likely to suddenly drop by 70% in 1 second, you know? 70% in 1 second in a way she can't really avoid.
He's hunting. Lambert clicks this creep wave, he's dead. Oh, never mind, Puck's back mid. They kill the wizard.
Yeah, he tries to drop the golem and dies too quickly, sad. Venus? Oh no, never mind. Ice?
Holy.
fair. That's
Walks into 5, gets
rough.
annihilated.
Was not expecting that, I don't think.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's a massive stack here in the triangle for the Radiants. They better make sure. Okay, the Dire is not trying to go for this T1. I was going to say the Radiant better make sure they keep this under wraps, because that's at least 3 in that camp of the triangle. So I do not want to lose that. Windrunner has Javelin, is quite close to the Maelstrom at this point, just a couple of 100 gold away. Void has a Midas, he's looking at the long game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe not what you want to do, honestly. I feel like this game you definitely want to try and come out swinging early. Ramonolo just gets casually picked bot. Viper
kinda
almost
big.
goes down in kind.
Unless they
Okay.
get Warder's Curse. Chrono on the Wizard, alright.
Yeah, onto the support line in general. Support line does go
Man.
down.
And Wynn's gonna come in and die at the end?
Windrunner is trapped.
Not like
She's
this.
body blocked, dude!
Not like this. Not
Lol.
like this, dude. Oh no.
Puck is godlike.
This is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
I can't believe it didn't power shot
Radiant's
to cut the
top tower
trees.
is under attack.
Oh my god.
That was a pure panic moment there.
Are they mentally boomed right now? What happened?
It's
GG?
looking like.
Drought Ranger has a Midas here. Midas of her own. Probably.
They're not playing very well. as a team
Lambert
right now.
says, I'm taking this game to
Radiant's
60
middle
minutes.
tower
Fuck
is
it.
under attack.
But I'm not taking these stacks. I'm taking this game to 60 minutes. I'm taking the stacks at 61. Going for his Zags here. He's actually given the kindly donating the stacks to Mr. Ramonolo. Never mind. Kindly saying, "Fuck off, Ramonolo. This
He's
shit's
topping
mine."
him up.
I mean, it was probably just like, yo, can you
please
Hit
do
the
this
stack.
massive stack? I'm getting scared.
hit the stack so I can clean it up? Something.
Don't mind if I do.
Windrunner 0, 4, and 1 at this point. Owned this lane phase and has just fallen further and further since.
He made some sus movements around the map. Puck's got a blink dagger now. Ooh,
Yeah.
decent fire shot. No. Oh, wind is dead on my
Mail is
screen.
out.
Oh, Puck's going the other way.
But is going to find the
Oh.
courier, which might You saw the courier come that way, guys. What do you think that means? You think maybe
Ships
she's
that
doing
pass-
rogue?
Ships that pass in the night.
Oh dear, that was Perception 0 gameplay for you right there.
If Zeus ulted as soon as they saw the courier, I think they would have 100% killed Wind. But unless not.
It is not the case. Yeah, sorry about that brief tab out. These things happen. Ice is smoked out here.
Radiant are
Oh,
They're
Lambert's
closing
gonna
on
die.
Void.
He's got no HP. He's got no HP.
They're closing on Void just
Lambert,
as
what are you doing?
the other team is closing on the Drow. He's going to
They're all
announce his
around
presence
him.
and die.
He greeted. Oh my god. Not like this.
That's pretty bad, yeah. Meanwhile, the Void just casually free farming.
Radiant's courier.
Does it really matter if the guy can't chrono you if he can just like beat you to death anyway? You know? Con El Wombo Combo Perfecto. Where is my vision? Says Al. There is no vision. Okay, Zeus is coming. Claw.
Radiant's
This game is not
middle
looking
tower is
good.
under attack.
No, it sure isn't.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, S17 draws in this situation by BKB and Dags and suddenly kill everybody.
That is true.
Radiant's top tower.
Drow is
under
still
attack.
focusing on the long game.
Dire structures.
Once again, it feels like the strategy, which is unusual, I think, for Wizard. The strategy is what's really causing the Radiant to fall apart just so many times when they're just taking these, they're just making these questionable moves on the map. They're just letting money go. They're letting the easy kills slip from their grasp, and they're trying to dive into 5.
They're looking like 5 individuals right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a team, yeah. Hey, that's
He's about to
Tower is
die.
under attack.
That's what I said in one of the team postmortems, one that nobody ever got to see.
Why?
Remy is about to die.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Wait, which one?
Because well, if I said why, then it would spoil whose team it is, and
attack.
they not get-
Dire's
do they
bottom
not get
tower is under
eliminated?
attack.
No,
you'll see. You'll see. I mean, if you just randomly watch other teams' games, I guess. Aetherland's coming out very soon on the Zeus. Aceless Void. It's
Radiant
pretty
are
much the
standing.
exact same place Windrunner is, except he has a Midas and she doesn't, so he's just going to accelerate further from here. My Warlock has 0 points in his W.
Oh, Wind, you to go BKB. Can't go Glypnir. Too greedy.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Wizard gets found, Wizard gets killed, Space Cowboy kindly secures the kill.
He missed coil on Puck. Tried to
Sad.
catch the Wind Ranger.
Being a greedy.
Oh, but he's gonna kill him
doesn't
anyway.
matter.
Him anyways. Coil? Who needs coil?
Oh no, he is.
Puck's pretty big. Like,
Yeah, I
big
mean,
as
they
in
have-
farm, not as like big as in size. I would say
They have-
Wyvern is much bigger than Puck size-wise.
They have 2 like cash balloons in Zeus and Puck that I'm looking at, and I'm seeing if Dora gets
Radiant's
items
top tower is
and she
under
kills
attack.
those 2 heroes, it's a lot of money.
On one hand, that's very good. On the other hand, Drow is going to need, like, at least the Ags to make those kills viable, and that is looking like a pretty long time away.
Like,
Dire's bottom
All they
Well,
gotta do is hold high ground. I think their high ground's hard to push into.
There you
yeah.
go.
Radiant's top tower.
Just simply hold high ground for eternity and
True.
And
make me
win the
cry
game.
one more time
All-
in this season.
All it takes is Dire
Radiant's
throwing like
structures are
16 fights in a row, go pushing high ground,
Radiant's top
and
tower
Radiant
is
winning
under
them all.
attack.
not getting anything off the first two, getting a T2 off like the third one, then getting a tier 3, not getting anything, and then ending the game. That's how that's how they're gonna win this one if they win.
If Radiant did all that and then lost, that would be like the big Al play right there.
That's what it takes.
So somebody with
Okay,
a
no.
stun, please go first. They've got him. Oh my god, he just wasted his Q. Here comes Chronosphere. He's silenced in the Chronosphere. Good
What?
swap.
You didn't kill him? He's dead?
Goodbye!
No, he's dead, the Lambert! Okay.
Ramonolo
Big.
with a slightly wasted Sand King
Call
ult.
it a comeback.
This is super big if they can, like, press.
And they can, they're just
Everyone-
everyone's TPing.
furiously TPing away, yeah.
953 gold passes into the Radiance war chest, predominantly into the Drow Ranger, who has now taken 3rd place in the net worth charts.
Like, they delayed his meta, they killed the top net worth hero in the game. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't get any of the wisdom runes though, and Dire still has 8k net worth lead, unfortunately, at 21 minutes.
Yeah, let's see this. Yeah, Dire has 9 levels on the Radiant. Holy crap. Radiant is living under the delusion that they're somehow going to do this Tormentor without the Windrunner ult. They're not. They're just going to need the
they have-
Windrunner ult for that.
They have level 10 Sand King, and the lowest level on Dire is the level 11 +5 Wyvern. So,
Free Shard on the Windrunner actually means that only one other person on the team likes a Shard. Yeah, it was... No, what the hell? That's not how this is supposed to work. That's weird.
Is under attack.
what do you mean?
Supposed to be a coin toss between the 2 lowest
Warlock.
net worth cores that don't have a shard, but or not lowest net worth
Warlock
cores.
and, Warlock and Venge have it. I guess it was like...
Maybe she passed Drow by killing the Tormentor.
She passed it when she got the shard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right.
they're
Never
Yeah.
mind.
fucking under
Yeah.
net worth.
Are scanned.
So it was Wind and Sand King.
Okay.
And Wind got it.
She was at like 8k.
Okay, that makes sense. That sure looks weird though. Oh well. Had me questioning my entire life looking at that. Sand King, rather close to Yols at this point. If we
You
get
just gotta
Windwaker, that's just a...
Just gotta remember Ag Short is 1400 net worth.
If he gets a Wind Waker, then he's another thing that they're going to have to get in the Chrono, or else it gets ruined. Or just kill him, like, besides, which so far doesn't seem to be that big of an issue.
Do you like this Warlock skill build, Princess?
I think he should have got 1 point in the heal for
I
lane,
hate my team build.
but I mean, like, your other 2 spells are good, so.
Yeah. I mean, I get why he's doing it. I'm not, like, flaming it. It's the...
It is a I hate my
OP
team
build.
build. I would,
It is an
I
hate
do
my
agree.
team build, though.
I would like to see 1 point in W. I think if he had 1 point in W, his lane is a lot smoother. Just is able to constantly turn around the Zeus damage.
I like when, like, somebody has, like, a skill build like that, but then at, like, level 10 they take, like, Shadow Word, Heal, or something like that, and they don't have it skilled.
They
I think
just
that's classic LD2L.
Dire's bottom tower
at
is
level
under
10 they
attack.
just at level 11 they just start hitting stats.
Or like when Wind Rangers get like the Shackle Shot cooldown talent at level 10 and they don't have it maxed yet, even though it gets 2 seconds when you level it, but it also makes it last
Radiant's
longer.
courier has
Just
been
weird.
killed.
Stuff like that.
Goodbye, Lambert's courier. Was that his finished Ags? No, it was not. Rude, says Lambert.
This is the worst.
Actually,
day
it does delay his eggs. Because he's gonna have 1200
Yeah,
by the time his career responds.
This is very sad if you're Lambert.
It's true, but it's equally sad if he would have had the Ags at that moment, and then the courier died. Stack it
True.
again
He
here.
could farm an extra like 1,000 gold or whatever, buy the point booster, and then just buy a staff of intelligence, and then turn it into the other one into like hurricane pike or something.
That would be
What's
the
that, yeah?
biggest brain play ever. See if he does that. Of course, he's going to need somebody else to get that staff of wizardry for him, or go home. But you know,
Radiant are scanning.
he is going to do another stack here. Actually, everybody's going to do another stack. This is a collaboration stack. One are rather close to her own eggs, actually. About halfway there. When Vern picks up the Pavis. Has nowhere to put it at the
Viper's
moment.
going side to Roche.
Okay. So in about 50 seconds, they can fight.
Dude, I hope they scan it and then he just power shots it and kills him. That'd be hilarious because he's.
What is this rush attempt?
They
So
seem
weird.
to be
Okay.
like suspecting it. They're moving up here.
It's a very strange rush attempt, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
Viper is 600 health right now.
I assume they were
Oh,
thinking.
this is
Assault-
equally- This is an
it's all
equally
had
weird
damage
rush
on it.
attempt. I don't know what's going on right now.
Both the Radiant is just baffled as to what the Dire are doing.
I'm baffled too. What's happening right now?
Like they went into Roche expecting somebody to be there, and there wasn't anybody there.
Wizard not being there kind of feels bad, man, too. Because like, I don't think they want to commit without him.
Yeah, he is still quite a large distance away. It looks like they're just letting it go,
Lambert's courier's about to respawn.
opting not to
Chrono
take this play.
Chrono, I didn't know.
Radiant or
Okay.
Dire was really curious as to where the hell the Radiant were.
And the problem is they can't fight under Chrono, so this Roche is free.
Unless he snipes it.
Ags is up on the drought.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Aegis for the Faceless Void. Pretty rough
So
to see. It's the
actually-
only big kill they've gotten in a long time.
They actually have to wait for that to fight, so 2 more minutes, give or take.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower.
Drow's at
is
least
under
decently okay with the Midas. She is going to be just continuing to catch up. Basically, no matter what.
Oh, wind is dead on my screen.
Goodbye, Windrunner. Doesn't even get the puck.
Unfortunate, they cannot pull now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know if they
Nope,
can.
they can't. They just had to pull Void back to T2 mid.
Yeah, because Void left. Unfortunate.
Oh, Lambert's gonna want to fight bottom now because he sees Void.
Yeah, Void's gone, so they can go here.
Zeus is going to
Very
try to
dead.
retreat, but is
Oh
going to
man,
fall
the
down here.
V.
Rip to VS.
First. Alright, now if I was Radiant, I'd run away because Faceless Void's gonna get here.
Looks like that's exactly what Radiant's doing. Except for Ramanolo, who just wants to miss his Burrow Strike.
Let's put the fear of God in there now.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, Vino just got all of his HP back because of that. That's rough. You've got nothing.
Use your Midas. Unfortunate.
What can you do? Drow queuing up a butterfly here. Pretty ambitious.
No, please, my friend, use this item. It's very good.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. No, the golem.
1 second.
Oh, it actually died to the Viper.
It had like half a second of life left.
That was so sad. He was definitely trying to just beat them to waste their time beating it, thinking it was invincible, but it was actually secretly not. Okay. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, nobody cared! Nobody gave a hoot! Very
Radiant's
odd.
bottom tower is under
I
attack.
don't give a hoot.
Radiant's bottom tower
Windrunner
has
Ags is now up. Yeah, has
definitely
the
needs a
funny one run.
BKB. She needs to go BKB here. Or at least a Manta. She needs some sort of dispel for these silences.
Yeah, I think she just needs the BKB here. The Dream Coil alone is pretty much just enough to get rid of her. It is very sad to, like, she is going to have to eat the Viper Strike. There's no two ways about that, but getting the BKB for the Dream Coil for the silences. Lion is now playing Dota 2, so he's standing in. Big P1 comeback. Putting the Viper in the very, very well-fed Faceless Void. Oh, BKB out on the Viper as well, by the way. Putting the Viper, the very well-fed Faceless Void. These guys are just clearing out towers in seconds. Where's my glyph? Where's my glyph?
Not yet.
Where is my glyph?
Not yet.
Hello?
Okay, we're not.
Who's gonna get chronoed? Where's my
Oh
swap?
no.
There's a swap.
Okay. Good swap.
Yeah, here comes
Good
the
King player.
Zank King. He doesn't
Lambert,
have
get
any
them.
ult
You're
though.
all dead.
Con El
Wizard just
Wombo
got a
combo
billion
effective.
gold.
Yeah, he's got a huge kill. The Faceless
The
Void is
Void
in
is
so much
dead.
trouble! Oh my god! He's in popsicle jail! Vernal,
Reverse curse! Holy, my wyvern, get down, Mr.
where is my friends? Nobody on the Radiant cared about that?
I mean, it was just Lambert and Wizard. Lambert had
That's
TP'd
true.
him, and Wizard was doing things, just looked like Warlock isn't doing things, using Zero's not very,
He walked his golem into the
Expressive,
curse,
I guess.
unfortunately.
yeah.
That
Oh man.
was kind of awesome in a way. They did finally get the puck, but it is rather unfortunate that virtually all the money in that fight went to Warlock.
Worst
Well,
case
I can
scenario.
Yeah, it kind of is. I was like... the Radiant killed a lot more than they lost, and if they could take a mulligan on that fight anyway, I think they kind of would.
Warlock Refresher might be pretty good this game.
That's true, but Drow money would be better, or Windrunner money especially would
Also
be better.
true. Also true.
Well, like that was Wizard's fault, obviously, because you got those kills with fatal bonds. It should be said.
Let her play on Drow.
Yep, called that earlier. She did finish her
I think
Manta
it's-
first.
I think you should just go Daedalus.
Windrunner going for Disperser. Still no BKB.
Oh yeah, the Lincoln's on Faceless now. 3 defensive items in Mjolnir.
Manta style isn't 100% defensive, but I get what you're going for there. He is definitely putting a damper in his own offensive capabilities, and in the long run, that definitely is not going to feel nice for him. They are not going to win this late if it gets down to it. Like, Viper doesn't really scale, Puck doesn't scale nearly as well as the Windrunner. Faceless Void is playing into Drow, where that's at least parity. But like
They've done one of the 6 throws going high ground.
yeah, there you go.
5 more and it's over.
He's got a shard as well at this point. There it is, Tormentor. Puts it on the puck. They don't put it on the puck, it just kind of goes there, which is going to help a lot in the next fight, actually. It's a pretty big shard to just casually get for free. It's also going to be showing up in the next fight with the Aghanim Scepter as well, which goes even better with the Aghanim Shard, you know? Also has the Parasma, which is nice. I feel like you basically never see this item in LD2L. We've seen less Parasmas than Condas in this season, you know?
It's good on Puck.
It's true. It's very good on Puck. I think it's very good on some other heroes, too. Sand King Ags is nearly complete, which is going to be a big pain in the ass for anybody who doesn't have a BKB yet.
This next fight is like critically important.
Feels like it.
Actually, the path this game is gonna go depends on what happens in the next fight, which is why everybody's
Bottom tower is under attack.
chilling right now.
Rosh is gonna be up soon.
Yeah, unfortunately
about it.
for the Radiant, it's going to be on Dire's side.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Basically,
Rosh.
Cowboy denies Dire T1.
Ooh, Puck's got Ags coming on the courier. Be pretty big.
Mesa's Void is going for something that involves a Demon Edge. I wonder what it is. I'm guessing probably Daedalus.
Let's see.
Wondering her getting pinged. Getting a little closer to the disperser. About like a third of the way there, basically.
Lord Gaben says 82% win rate right now for Dire.
Pretty decisive. Still 9 levels ahead. That massive XP advantage is not waned.
Ooh, Faceless Void just got a Daedalus.
That he did?
Oh, are they gonna try some? You die, Win. Win's going Disperser, huh?
I know, I've been talking about that. Please listen to
I
the
wasn't paying-
cast.
I wasn't paying attention to that, I was looking at everyone else's items.
Yeah, they're still abstaining from the BKB here.
I think it's crazy not get a Dispel against Puck.
Viper is a Roche ward.
Ooh, it's gonna be up in 10 seconds. Don't leave the pit. Oh,
Zeus is now a Roche ward.
he's gonna be rewarded in 2 seconds. Comes the pings. Get ready.
No.
Nope. Just not gonna tell anyone.
No, he's going to tell everybody on on his microphone.
That's cowardice.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant, scan it out. Roche getting very quickly hammered here from all the damage he's facing.
Sean has fallen to the
Gives off a mighty roar before he dies. Void takes Aegis, Viper takes the cheese.
He backpacked his Daedalus. What are you
Interesting.
guys' thoughts on that? He's gotta swap it out for the Midas, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, come on.
Man loves the money, what can I tell you?
Oh, Avenge is gonna break the smoke. Stop blocking.
Oh my god, ice. Ice, no.
Oh, he's dead on my screen.
Ice, no.
Puck just died to draw, by the way. So
Yeah, both
I guess
meds
that's lateral.
Casually die.
That's a lateral trade
no.
right there.
They have,
Oh,
they have
no.
I think it's good, actually good for Radiant because they use Chrono
Radiant's
too.
top tower.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, they didn't lose that T4.
Dire's middle tower
It's like
is under
very good, actually.
Radiant structures
Okay.
are fortified.
Now they can't uphill because their Puck died.
Oh, I also got
I
fake
wasn't
Sand
watching-
King going up to mid. Yeah, I was just
I
watching the
wasn't
chrono.
watching what happened. I wasn't watching what happened bot, but it's like very big. Another attack positive. Wait, guys.
Alright. Let's see. I can't rewind either.
Wizards going to lunch.
Where's our
Where's
our instant replay guy?
Instant replay.
You need one of those, Nani.
It's like very big. It's just like completely screwed their uphill.
If the LD2L community is willing to pay me enough money to hire a instantly replay guy.
Hire an observer. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be real casters.
Ramanolo. I've not looked at him in a minute. He is going for Greaves. I don't like that really. I mean the panic thing is going to be great with the Faceless Void, but this team is so magic damage oriented. It feels like you really just want like I mean, what I really want to see is a Wind Waker. Just another thing to ruin a Chronosphere if you're not inside of it is awesome, right? Like, even if it is a very big item, like that is just it's just inarguable, right? If you're not in the Chronosphere and you Wind Waker the guy who's in it, the guy who gets Wind Woke is gonna live, you know? And it's a nice big fat stats item.
Oh, I'm watching on the stream now how he
With-
dies.
Was cat stepped on power button?
Nice.
He
Oh,
rocked Puck from Fog, and then he presses W on him with Puck and killed him.
Nice.
It's pretty
Or
That's a,
on Puck
like,
on Lambert.
massive play. Actually, I think the game ends if they don't do that. I'm pretty confident.
Warlock has his refresher, has actually just used it before the cat stepped on his power button.
Of course, blame the cat.
So he's not going to have a second golem, but he is going to have, like, not a second consecutive golem, but he is going to have a golem ready for this. Zeus Ags is in at this point.
Wyvern does have Blink Curse.
She does. Also has an E-Blade queued up. Has a Ghost Scepter for it at least, so she's about halfway done.
I'm ready for this extreme gameplay that's about to happen. I wonder when they're gonna unpause.
When Wizard's Cat gets off the power button. It's still on it, he just managed to turn it on underneath.
Wizard's been back for a little bit though.
Yeah, the cat's just very, he's just sitting
Ramen.
right on it. Oh, no, Ramanolo, okay. Lambert also died.
F. Can we get some Fs in chat for Lambert, who died?
Yeah, DoorDash guys.
What if I typed G when ready in the
Awesome
and then,
idea.
and then one
You
of the
sank
people
war and
paused.
somebody unpauses.
Wouldn't that be horrible? Can we pause?
Merlini did that once.
Yeah, there's a clip of Merlini pausing during a pro game by accident. So apparently, yes, or you could back then. Hey, they're taking it out. I'm not gonna try.
Space
What if
Cowboy
I did
unpauses.
Council?
So they're upfilling anyways. Interesting.
Nobody
I
cares?
guess
Howard is.
nobody's not here.
There we go. Somebody
Oh,
now
no!
cares. Void first life. They put him in.
Nice.
They put him in jail, but he still died. He still died first life. They take out the VS as well.
Oh,
With the
my
winner's
gosh.
curse.
Okay,
Ah!
dead.
Oh my god.
Get him.
Okay, now he's getting out of here.
Connection? I can't believe they went. All right, that's the second one.
Lambert also
They
gets his
went for that.
suicides.
Yeah, I know, that's insane. Actually, like I guess they didn't remember what happened before the pause. What can you do?
Like he had no. I think you just wait for Puck and Chrono again before you go. Like there's no. They're not on like a timer.
They're going on
Jesus.
or on the Winter Vern. Winter
Oh,
Vern
no.
dead.
They're throwing.
Viper dead.
This is the third one if they win the fight.
Wyvern.
Puppet. No, Lambert.
Wyvern buys back.
Pop the coil.
Nope. Lambert
Lambert,
does
my
die.
friend.
He's dead, Bert. Puck
The
might die,
Windrunner
though.
is up.
Get him.
Dire's
Venus is actually just going to be the one doing the getting.
Well, he's shackled at sinking score from soil.
Yep,
That
just
shouldn't
blinks
work that
away.
way. That's his shackled to a dead creep. Is what happened there.
Venus getting blown
Killer
around.
mice. Killer
Oh,
mice.
Venus, go up the hill.
Game is still possible.
Ice.
The ice
sad.
panicked there. That was like straight panic.
All they had to do was walk up the hill. All
So
right.
DD versus
I'm
Trouble
gonna
was
count
really-
that as 2.5. We're at 2.5 right now on the throw counter.
Yeah, that was kind of like a mixed
Lambert,
deal.
if Lambert lives, it's definitely a
Yeah.
100% throw.
I still think it's bad for them though, because it delays the game another 5 minutes. And they lost ages.
Yeah, they just
Now-
lost Aegis
Now,
for free.
realistically, it's like 7 or 8 minutes before you can probably go high ground again. You have to wait for next Roche.
Even with all these defensive items, the Faceless Void feels really weak. They're just like shredding them in no time flat. He has a
Oh,
lot of
Drow.
he has a lot of items to deal with like funny things happening to him, but he doesn't have really anything to deal with like physical damage. And
If,
Drow's punishing him quite heavily for that.
if Drow had
Wondering about
Daedalus, it's just this game's just like really sad. Because she 100% kills him before he can even time walk back. She does like 300 right click damage right now.
DJ
That's without the
Curry's
proc.
Curry Spirit is BMing my Faceless Void. Somebody
Your
call her
voice
Flexi.
line?
No, he accidentally tipped him. And now he dies for it.
Unless?
There is no unless. Okay, that was a lot to drop on just the, on
Oh,
just
they got
the
Sand
DS,
King
but-
too, though.
Yeah.
Oh, don't TP there?
Chronosphere coming up, hits the Warlock, gets him killed. Almost, the Void almost dies for it. They get a buyback on Warlock, but it's actually ultimately not gonna mean anything, unfortunately. Oh no, he put the Golem in the Winter's Curse.
Well, Window's already hitting him.
That's true, but the Golem does a lot of damage. I don't know if you knew that.
Does it? Oh, it does. I didn't think it had enough attack speed to really do that much damage.
Yeah, it just came in and like flaming fisted Drow like 3 times. He lost half her HP. The big bonk. They are still keeping up the pressure here. They are taking equal trades every time they're equal or better trades, mind you, every time they're going for things, which means that ultimately they're actually still staying on top net worth wise. 21k net worth advantage. Kind of ironic this is happening to Space Cowboy after doing this to other teams for literally an entire season. They're as bad about it as the Owl team was in the first like 3 weeks. Like the whole time. Refresher comes out on Faceless Void.
Oh, Wind. You gonna go for? He's gonna go for Viper.
No, he's not. He's gonna go for Wave next to Viper.
Interesting.
A closely related, huh?
Aha! I've seen this before.
Gets tipped.
Dude, Dire's teams cannot do Tormentor without dying.
No, I'm the princess. You have permission to say something in all chat for that. Oh no.
No all chat, please. No disruptor voice chats in all chat.
It's true.
Pause on my teammate.
One thing that
Fox
is,
BKB.
yeah.
So when got one queued up yet? Nope.
Hell no. Faceless Void is like almost done as far as getting scarier, which is a hairy prospect at this point, considering Drow is like basically Drow is 5 items. Like really she's 4 because you can get Ag's Blessing. Void does not have that, so he's got Moonshard, he's got Ag's Blessing, and maybe if he wants to get rid of Treads, then he's done. Drow has to replace her Midas. Void has already done that. Space Cowboy lived. That's the good news. So Drow's got Midas plus the Blessing.
Chill, baby.
And upgraded Blink Dagger as well. Windrunner also has 2 items, has to replace a Wraithband and the bottle, so she's got a ways to go as well.
Radiant are
It's kind of
scanning.
feeling like
Are scanning.
they're kind of running out of time. It feels like on this team here, like unless you get God's gift to Chronospheres, you're kind of like done. You're kind of done scaling. Basically, they're kind of done scaling, and they're still just kind of dying on the Void in seconds.
Yeah, it's like the. Wait, did Void sell BKB?
No, he sold Midas.
Oh, I thought he had a.
He never had
BKB.
one.
I could have swore he had a BKB. Okay, I guess I'm insane. But you already knew that.
You would have to be a whole nother level of ballin' to sell the BKB and still have enough to buy a BKB. Sell it for half value and still have enough money for this inventory. Sand King
they have
didn't even get that catapult.
They have double Chrono, Roche in 2 minutes. Do you think they wait, or do you think they get antsy and try to go high ground?
Do they actually have double chrono?
He's got refresher.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
saying, does he
yeah,
have
the
enough
mana for it.
MP to actually do that? The answer is yes, just
100.
barely.
Yeah, it does.
If he
Unless
doesn't
he's
get
that much.
right clicks by wind, he does.
Yeah, if Windrunner gets him for even like a second. Yeah. Somebody is angrily requesting Ice's presence in the defense here. Viper realizes that he was about to suffer an unfortunate fate and gets the hell out of dodge.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Also going to suffer an unfortunate fate, that much is also true.
You should just go double Blink Dagger on the supports for Radiant so they can sit super far back, and then after he Chronos, they can just blink forward and do their stuff.
Shoutouts to Daka Memon 6. I have a feeling I know who that is.
Who is it? Oh,
Somebody
fight.
that LD2L people don't know. Whoa!
Oh boy.
This is a
What a curse,
huge
what a
winner's
curse.
curse. Yeah, just
massive winner's
completely.
curse.
Oh,
Yeah, gets rid of everybody inside of it.
Game winning
Lambert,
weapon.
run. Oh,
Three dead.
Holy moly.
They take Venus
My
for it.
friend,
Alright,
friend
no,
Wyvern
don't
just-
matter.
Look at all these golems! They're all dead
my friend
though.
Wyvern just won the game, or what? Maybe
All the
not quite
buybacks are
yet.
coming out.
Did they
Yeah,
not
bye
just-
bye.
did they not just go Roche now? It's gonna be up in 8 seconds. They're gonna show
I
up in the
said
pit and it's gonna be
based.
right.
What can you do?
Lambert holding at his team.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Lambert
this one
molding
might-
at his
this one might be
team.
over.
They just walked out of Roche!
Didn't they just see it was up?
No, they walked out literally a second before it, and then they just saw it was up there, and then said, whatever. We don't
Alright,
need
they
it, we
said-
just rocked and
they
rolled
said
that
we-
fight.
They said we ball. They ride hard. They want to throw some more. This game's not over. He still has 2 Chronos.
Yeah, they are
Oh.
down the Warlock no matter what happens. I
Oh,
believe he has
Lambert
buy.
has a Revenant's Brooch.
That he does.
My buildings.
Viper realizes, hey, wait a minute, there's no resistance here. Maybe I should hit.
Oh, that's it. So that's
okay,
one dieback.
yeah, that's
Here's another
yes,
chrono.
dieback.
Radiant's top has fallen.
Second chrono comes out immediately, or refresher rather comes out immediately, not second chrono. That would be funny.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Oh my god.
Radiant's middle.
Okay.
Ramanolo getting
Fucking little
ponged.
GG.
Actually, the most insane winner's curse I've seen in an LD2L game.
Everybody is
Yeah, it wasn't-
very
that
scared to go
wasn't a
in.
grief. I don't think they can be afraid. They have to. I mean, they don't have buybacks, but
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower.
They don't have
They lose
buybacks, and
here.
also they don't do something. They're gonna lose. So Viper is just gonna shred Ramanolo. He's gonna live it. Venus is also bought back, mind you.
Radiant structures are
But of course, the popsicle comes out there.
wow,
Very brave. Very brave. Go. Vasel's Void.
Maybe it's been up for me.
Void is in trouble. He's dead. Buyback. That was not as good of a winner's curse as the last one. Viper is dead. Second Chronosphere Ultra walked into it.
No.
Takes both the supports out. Viper buyback. Ramanolo desperately trying to keep his friend the Drow Ranger alive.
Is he gonna kill
He's
him?
doing it. He's doing it. Double kill the Void.
Dieback.
Dieback.
No way. No way. What am I watching?
Zeus next to fall.
Lambert!
This is number 3.
It is.
Ramanolo dies in the back line though. Lambert realizes he's losing his marbles. TP's out. Oh my
Dude,
god.
why did they not just go Roche on Dire? What the
Great
heck?
question.
They got antsy. They got antsy.
The best part is they walked out of Roche. They checked Roche, saw no Roche, walked out. It spawned literally the moment they did. Winter Overn walked back in and just said, "Oh, somebody else checked it." Didn't actually look at it. Nobody looked at it, and so.
All right, it's Lambert Rapier time. I think he's gonna queue one up. He's got to.
Dire's bottom tower is
I think it's a little crazy to do that at this point.
I don't think it's crazy. You're diebacked anyways.
On one hand, that's true. On the other hand, it's kind of hard to see these guys pushing out for another 7 minutes, you know? Only 5 minutes, actually, so... 5 minutes, and one of those minutes is no voids. Next time he dies, he's going to have buyback.
Dire are scanning.
Ooh, is he gonna catch the wyvern? I think he is.
Answer is yes, and then he's going to get killed.
Oh, he's done himself. That might be GG. Faceless is gonna be up.
It was beautiful for a few moments, I guess.
Lols. Lambert tilt out of existence in this game, or what? Like, does that happen because he's mad that his team griefed in that one fight?
When he said, "What can you do?" after that fight top, like 3 minutes or 4 minutes ago, or whatever it was, probably a little bit longer now, like 49 or whatever, 48. He said, "What can you do?" I knew it was over. Unless
Windrunner is positioned. All they have to do is hold off for 3 minutes, and they get Windrunner, or they get Drow back. Gonna swap in the Viper. A little ambitious there. Hyper Strike comes out on the Windrunner. The double Golem. And yeah, he's chronoed. This is it.
Oh, double chrono.
Second chrono, it's these guys, and that's the ball game. Lol.
Unfortunate.
Wizard calls the G's. They're going home.
Rig standing. What can you do?
True.
Yeah, actually. What can you do about that? Rig the wyvern.
A very unfortunate situation for the Radiant in this team, where I think a little bit of patience takes them today. Instead, they're getting swept right out of the quarterfinals here, 2-0'd, which I'm sure Lambert is going to be very happy about. And I'm sure there's going to be no discussion about anybody else on his team coming from this guy in the next couple of days. Well, this is as simple as it gets. Bladefury Burgers had the patient long-term team, and they kind of let themselves down on both sides of it. It felt like the communication in this game was just horrible. Just all around, really. The Windrunner's early game performance in particular was just a long series of question marks. It just seemed like maybe ISIS just mentally boomed after game one. I don't know. But, you know, this game started out with me saying, like, the Windrunner is ballin' in lane on a hero who has a lot more to do, and did nothing. It felt like just did not really have any impact ever. It really felt like. It pretty much felt like it was just Lambert and co in this game, which is super unfortunate. Felt like he dropped the ball in a rather unfortunate way. I mean, the fact that Viper is only 2-4 rather than 2-40 should be a big testament to that, frankly. The play from the Windrunner ended up being a little bit questionable. It just didn't feel, but I can't really single out Ice, because it just never felt like anybody on the Bladefury Burgers in this game was ever on the same page. I don't know if nobody's on the stick. I don't know if nobody's talking, nobody's calling shots. I don't know if everybody is just mauling after game one. Oh, he did go with the Wind Waker. How nice. I don't know if everyone is just mauling after game one and is just done. But it's like, that's a double-sided, like, tragedy there, because it's like, they shouldn't have been. Like, this lineup should not have been in that dire of a situation to begin with. Like, they should not have lost the early game against a lineup that looks like this. And then, once they were in that situation, they still weren't actually dead until they let their impatience get ahead of themselves there. They got impatient, they started journeying out, they started getting aggressive, they got 4-man winners first, and that was just the end of the game, right? Like, very unfortunate situation from Bladefury Burgers. I don't know if it's comms, I don't know if it's morale. Could easily be both, I guess.
Did not look very good this game.
Oh, shoutouts to Granberry Sprite, who has shown up and said XDD. All
Cranberry
right.
spit.
So.
Yeah, there's gonna be a game 3 in another series if you guys want to do a special additional
Nope.
cast.
No time. No time for me.
I ain't watching the
I'll
game
watch
3 and then recording the game 1 and 2 separately. I mean, for starters, that's a spoiler on game 1 and 2, isn't it?
Holy shit! I can't believe what I'm seeing.
You better get out of this call.
I
The
need to go to the general chat right now and type.
You're
Yeah.
watching
I need to
Wait,
go
what's
mute
going
League Cat.
I'm looking at the result of one of these games.
yeah, that's.
No way.
All fans.
All right. So before we get onto any of that nonsense, I think it's time to do a postseason rundown for the Wizard team. Princess, you wanna help me out here by giving me the order of operations here?
Let's see. All right. Let's start with their captain. No, let's do their captain last.
All right.
Let's start with their off lane, Rami Nolo.
Ramanolo, you're not an offlaner, buddy. Sorry to say. You weren't last time you were offlane, and you ain't this season either. Playing the lad of lads role from a very similar team I've seen in the past with this kind of lineup. It is an unfortunate situation. I do think, as an offlaner, there were some very nice moves in the season, but it feels like, as an offlaner, you do tend to be a one-note player, and it's kind of shown, especially to a good degree in this final game here. Like, it feels like Ramanolo on these, like, big circle heroes, on the Pit Lord and the Mars in particular, right? Does pretty awesome, but when Ramanolo needs to do something that doesn't involve big circles, it does feel like you lose a lot of performance. The strategic calls are pretty good. Some of the item builds I liked. Some of the item builds I wasn't a big fan of. And, all that. But it's like, we saw this game, Sand King misses the Burrow Strike, the movie. We've seen, the game earlier in the season where he didn't realize that Viper Strike went through BKB and didn't hit a Lifestealer with it ever. Right? Work on some of those non-circular guys if you want to keep it going in the off lane, or if not, well, see you in the safe lane next season. Who's next?
Let's go with his partner in the lane, Curry Spirit.
Curry Spirit. You are, I guess you're the new Hollywood, right? I feel like there's at least somebody in the Pause 4 roster I always say this to every season, and today it's DJ Curry Spirit. We saw some really awesome gyrocopter games, and we saw some really not awesome anybody else games, to be honest. Felt like a one-hero wonder. That one hero, it did awesome. But if you're going to be playing in that pause 4 role, you need to have more than one guy that you're leaning on. It really did feel like we watched this guy lose 1,000 MMR whenever that guy got banned. There's plenty of pause 4s in the sea, and there's a lot of unconventional guys you can pick up as well. I mean, Gyrocopter himself, even though he has been predominantly a support for a while, I would say kind of unconventional right now, right? You can have some fun with it. You can pick some pause 4s nobody plays, but you gotta put some practice into somebody who's not Gyrocopter, or else this series is going to be on repeat forever. Who's next?
I'll send to the mid lane with Ice.
Ice! Your pool is crusty, my friend. You're sitting on top of a very large pool of very underwhelming heroes, and that's what it felt like this season. It felt like every game, Ice wins the lane, does pretty well in the mid game, and then just falls off. It feels like he's kind of got the same problem that Looter did back when he did his stint as captain, where it's like, yeah, he does well for himself, and that's great and everything, but everybody he plays is some 45% win rate guy. Does also feel like some of the off picks did get a little question marky as well. So maybe some of those B and C line players need some work. But really, it's just it is an unfortunate thing to say. I think Pause 1 and Pause 2 are maybe Pause 2 even more than Pause 1 are the two lanes where the meta is your master, right? If you're running with a 45% win rate mid, you're griefing your team. There's just no two ways about it. So maybe look for some more flexibility. Look for, I mean, the BNC roster is pretty big, so I'm sure the idea would probably be get good at making those B and C guys shine really quick, right? Like if you're in a meta like this one where all your guys feel less than, be able to turn one of those B and C string players into something really nice really quick. Who's next? Well, pretty obvious process of elimination here, isn't it?
Let's do the carry Lambert.
Yeah, we were doing Lizard last, so it would be very weird to talk about anyone else. Morale problems. Oh, what's new, right? The time away from LD2L has not smoothed that much is clear as day to say. I mean, we saw it in the group stage when, he was using the RNG to pick some of his heroes in some of his games and playing shit like Luna into Juggernaut as a result. That's a real thing. We saw the impatience start to come out here, I think to a degree, in both of these games. Feels like Lambert can be described with the phrase, gets along poorly with others. Just in general, I think the only person I've really ever seen him click with, really ever seen him get that well along with, is Princess, unfortunately, who's not on his team this season, as it turns out.
EP hands.
Yeah, it just feels like, being a listener is important, right? Being a guy who works with others, even if he doesn't like them, is important. It seems to be something Lambert struggles with. And it feels like it's informing a lot of the unfortunate decisions that come out into this games. I mean, let's just say it like this, right? This is a pretty solid team. If they get a better seed in playoffs, right, then, maybe they don't get too old in the first round. Maybe they have some time to, get over the morale damage that they were taking the last couple of weeks. Walk away perhaps with the Duke here, right? But that didn't happen. So, yeah, with that all being said, yeah, work on that head game. As a player, mechanically, probably the best puzzle in the league. But, when you take mechanics out of the equation, things get pretty rough. And I think it's really starting to be the anchor. Who's next? I know who's next. It's Wizard.
I think the next player's got to be Wizard.
Probably Wizard, right? Wizard, a return to Pause 5 after one season of not being here, one season of not playing it. There is a degree to which I think a little bit of the luster is lost, which isn't surprising. I think, last time we saw Wizard play in Pause 5 was before the big map change in 733. And the big map change in 733, and to a degree the meta changes since, like the changes BKB and everything, have shifted around the role, I think probably more than any of the other roles, right? Pause 1 has to know the map a lot more. Like, personally, everyone's affected by it to a big degree. But Pause 5, it's like the whole world changed on Pause 5 between 733 and now. I think Wizard's still kind of on the back half of that. Wizard's still sitting here and sitting at the end of 732 looking dreamily into this patch to a good degree, right? The Vision game, which is usually, unmatched in LD2L in particular, right? He did actually feel like he was on the back foot a lot of times on that front in this season. It did feel like a lot of the times in this season he was the guy who was getting outwarded, he was the guy who was getting outplayed on that front. So, to that end, it does seem like he's sitting a little far back. Needs to come in towards the modern era, and I mean, again, can't blame the guy. It changed for everyone, right? So, everyone's got some catching up to do, and he's been out of this role for a minute. What can you do? That's all for this time. We'll be taking a look at all the playoff games in this season, and I'm probably going to make Randy get those IDs for me, honestly. Randy, are you even still here? He's not here. Probably going to make Randy get all the
ID
IDs.
Randy.
Probably going to make him get all the IDs. So we will be doing all the playoffs games, and we will see you then next time. Anything you want to say before we get out, Princess?
Good luck, have fun.
If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but there is plenty of time to hit those Kiesel people, which are blopping all over the place. In-house season just around the corner. You know, season 18, you don't know when that's happening either, right? LD2L.GG, click on that Discord link. That's where all the fun's happening. We'll see you with some more playoff bracket games later this week.